Welcome to Yorkshireman Models. Today we're doing something a bit different. What we're going to be doing is a quick one to talk about these brush pens I use. It's one of the most asked questions I have. Where'd you get the brush pens? Blah blah blah, how much, all of that kind of stuff. So I'll just do a quick one, where I get them from, what I use them for, and why I use them. Now I won't take credit for having the idea of this, because I saw a modeler doing this quite a few years ago and I thought, my god, that's a good idea, and I've used it since myself. And the reason I've used it is because I've always had bottles like these. Now bottles like these come with a brush attached, which is brilliant. These are pretty good bottles, they stand upright quite well, like that, sorry. So they're pretty good, and if you want a bit more stability, less chance of knocking the bottle over, you stick them in a little holder, like so. You want a bigger one than this, that's for Tamiya, as you can see. But that's what you do. You can get Tamiya bottles like this and you can use them like that. So I've got Mr. Hobbies. These are really, really good decal softener and setters, but they're very, very strong. Really strong. Now when you get some decals, and I find cartographs are one of them, you start putting strong decal solutions on them and it breaks them down. They start and fall apart, they split, all of that. I mean, they like to split if you're not careful anyway. So my favourite one is to use Microset and Microsol. Problem with Microset and Microsol, as I will show you, you get no brush. And then to top it all, you've got an upright bottle like that, and you're supposed to get a normal brush like this and dip in. Now you can see here how much I've got there left in them. This one's already been over once going back a while ago, and it weren't even to do with dipping brushing. I just accidentally knocked it as I was messing about doing something. I think I was filling this one, to be honest, my brush, and I accidentally knocked it, tipped it over, lost a little bit. They're that easy to knock over, these. Again, you can get holders, great idea, but at the same time I find this works the very, very best. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I use these, and then I'll tell you how much they are and where I get them from. I hope you stick with me with this and you just don't jump for them, but anyway, if you do, it's more towards the end of the video, the cost and where I get them from. I will say one thing, really could do with a pipette for taking your solution out of the bottle, putting it into this, so you can drop it straight in. Try and pour it out bottle, found to my experience it just runs down the side. So what I'll do is, I'll get a decal and I'll put it on my model I'm building at the moment, and then I'll show you how I use the brushes, and then we'll go into where I get them from. Right, while I'm waiting for this decal to soften a bit so it'll come off of there, okay, just show you. What I tend to do is I always gloss, I put a acrylic gloss on it before I actually put my decals on. So I'll tend to get, it's a 2500 grade paper, well it's not paper but you know, sanding sponge, and I'll just go over like this. It's not really doing a lot, it's not taking the paint off or doing all like that. What I'm doing is trying to make sure there's no raised bumps on it, that I don't really want the decal to sit over, just to try and eliminate, you know, the chance of silvering and stuff like that. There, that'll do. So this is what I tend to do. So this is my blue one, so this is the Microset, and the tape is around it. It's because I've had these quite a while now and the rubbers have just started to degrade where it screws up to there, so I've put tape around just to try to stop if it ever wants to leak or coming loose a bit. It doesn't happen as easy. Does it work? No idea. It's not leaked yet. So you can see my finger there comes out okay, and what I do is, hold on, I better check where I'm putting this decal actually. It's on this one here, so we are that side, we're on here. So we'll get a bit of this down, enough so it's going to slide about a little bit on it. What I tend to do is, once I put it on, try and keep them upright. A little holder out or a little jug, something like that, just to hold them in, fantastic. But if you can keep them upright, less chance of them leaking out. I mean, you can see that was just being laid flat as well. Put them both upright now. Right, I get my decal and I'll try and check it. Yeah, it's all nice and loose. These are Edwards decals, so you'll see like an extra large amount of film on it. My tweezers just to move it about as I want, if it will, or a brush might be better. Yeah, seems to be wanting to stick down. Well, that's better. I think it was catching actually on that edge there. So I can now put this to exactly where I want it to be, which I think on my drawing shows it's just off of that line, about there, like so. Probably just twist it a bit, about that. That's what it is. And what I'll do, I'll just get a little cotton bud and just squeeze out as much air as I can. These decals look awful when they first go on because they've got that extra film on them, and that should make sure that there is no actual air underneath it. And you just leave it for a while now, let it go off. Now some people will paint, because I've seen, well I say paint, it's not painting technically, but they will put some more over the top like so, which it can help it to start and thing it, but that's where just the micro set if you've got it. But in reality, that's where you want this microsol now. So we're going to presume she's been on for a few minutes now, and all I do is the microsol, and I just, this is what's going to make it now go very soft and go into the actual surface better. And you can see I just go over it like so. This, even if you never take, because you can take the carrier film off of these, if you don't take the carrier film off, this helps it blend in well, really really does. So this is your microsol now, and you'll see I've painted these, I think these are Vallejo paints. I've just put a bit on each just so I can see which I'm messing with, we are mixing up and then doing a proper error. So I'll put that on and you leave that for a couple of minutes, and when that's kind of gone dry, all you do is over the top press it all in, and you'll find it allows it to sink really really into any kind of panel lines, the rivets, stuff like that. Really really works well. And there, that's how I put my decals on using these brushes. I find them fantastic. Right, before I get into showing you where I get them from and how much they cost and stuff like that, first off, I'd be really grateful if you subscribe to my channel. Really grateful. Helps the channel out a lot if you do. If you don't want to subscribe but you find the tips a good one or out like that, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, fantastic. Helps me out as well. It lets YouTube know that my channel, people are liking what I'm putting up. I'll just move that to the side. Right, there you go. So I get them from Amazon, and you can see lots and lots of, where are we, brush pens, that's it. I put in refill brush pens, if you can see that there, and all I do is, I'll just scroll up, you get all different sizes. Right, this is what I've got here, this one here, £3.89, and I just, like that, I mean for £4.99 you can have 6 of them. And I just buy them. I've got a spare one still because I bought it as a free set like that, and I think mine were about £3.50, £3, something like that. They are absolutely brilliant for the money you're paying. Just be careful on ones you get that you they are the clear ones, they are refillable. Just state they are refillable. Don't obviously pick any with coloured ends because whoops, that'll be a mistake. But other than that, they're fantastic. There's a few more, there's some there that have got it. and I hope this has helped you. I'll put a link up, by the way, in my actual video so that you can click on it so you can see where to go. I find it easier using my tablet like that than I do trying to do it all in video. I ain't the greatest at the editing and all of that, so I do my best. But yeah, I'll put a link up in the actual video description. It'll tell you all about where to go for it and all that. And if you do get some, you do like it and you think it's a great idea, just let us know. Or if you've got a better idea for it, if you know, just put it up on video. It'll help us out, everybody. It'll help. So I don't take credit for things I don't know that I've not thought of. I ain't thought of that. So like I say, I won't take credit for it. And if you, whoever it was that were first ever invented it, thank you very much. It was a brilliant idea. Anyway, catch you all later. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you for the next one.